Hey everyone, welcome back to another Router Gods video. We are still reviewing Intensive Thai class number 5 at Chulalongkorn University. This is going to be days whatever. I'll post it up on the top or somewhere, the 3 days that we're covering. So we'll start off with talking about the quiz that we just had. We'll talk about what we are currently covering. It's a little dark right now. It's 6:16 p.m. And the reason I'm doing this video a little bit later than normal is we just had our Thai talking session, which is one of these extracurricular, the part of the extra 10 hours of class. The grading here is quite strict. 40% of your grade, 40 of your grade is from the quizzes. You have 4 quizzes, and the quizzes cover 2 chapters each. You also have a final exam. So on the last day, we have a final exam. That is 40% of your grade. So that leaves 20%. 20% is from your writing assignments and also your speaking assignments, which is your presentations. And you do several of those. I think you do 5 of each, I believe, and that's worth 20%. So as you can see, if you don't do well on your quizzes, you're going to have to dig yourself out of that hole. So in my case, I'm in danger of failing. I have a non-trivial chance of failing this class because my first quiz 1, I got 46%. Quiz 2, I got 62%. Better, like much better actually. Quiz 3, the last quiz that we just had, I got 41%. Now, 41% is definitely bad, but I don't feel completely terrible. And the reason is I think the other students also got pretty bad scores. So if we all didn't do great, then that kind of shows me it was a tough quiz. I got 1 more quiz to go, so I better do really, really well on that quiz. And I also better do really well on the final. The grading on the assignments, as long as you do them and you don't completely screw them up, you will get around at least 80 to 85% on those assignments. So that can make up for a little bit, but remember, it's only 20% of your grade, so it can't make up too much of it. Okay, what did we just finish today? Today we did a thing called Thai Talk. And Thai Talk was, we took all the students from levels 5 and above, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we went up to the 9th floor. The 9th floor has a big lobby, dining type area, and we divided it into different large tables of up to 8 to 10 people. Each table had a different topic, so we had entertainment, we had nightlife. I think you can hear from my voice is shot because I talk so much. We would talk for 40 minutes amongst each other, and we had students and student teachers from other groups helping us out. They would proctor it, they would lead the conversation, and then we talk with each other. And then we had a 5-minute break, and then we moved to a different topic. We changed tables. What impressed me about this is, I wish we had more of this, but what impressed me was, since you're mixed in with students in the other levels, it's very clear it's very easy to see, it's very evident to hear the difference in the Thai, in both the vocabulary, the grammar, the smoothness of delivery, the combining of the sentences so it's a smooth transition, the lack of thinking, just everything's off the top of their heads. So when you're combining a intensive Thai student from class 7, 8, or 9 talking with a level 5, you can definitely tell who is who. My God, like you could definitely tell. yeah, I thought some of them were pretty much native speakers. I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell. But for example, we were talking about a Taylor Swift concert in Singapore, and I was trying to say, like, you know, some people pay a lot of money for the front of the to be at the front of the front row, basically. And I was trying to, like, okay, nang, okay, seat, front, you know, I was trying to, you know, and then the other students are just like, well, okay, I got that word. We're also talking about getting drunk, right, in the nightlife table, quite a popular table to join. So we were talking about that, and the other students are talking, you know, I did know the word for, you're a lightweight, you know, so if you drink one beer, you're drunk, or someone who's able to drink 5 beers and hold their own. So I knew one, but I didn't know the other. But the other students are like, yeah, we got this. We know exactly what these words are. So yeah, it's definitely, it's something I wish we had this type of grouping together earlier and more often, because I think for many students, it can serve as an inspiration to see how other students in the higher levels speak. Because when I look at someone who is in class 8 and 9 talk, like, holy crap, like that's pretty impressive. That's damn impressive. But, you know, hey, they have hundreds and hundreds of more hours of practicing, of classroom, of doing presentations, of talking to the friends, of using, you know, private tutors. Yeah, that just shows you, when you add even a couple hundred hours on top of what you have, the level of Thai that you can reach. And also at the final level, the level 9,000 of Chula intensive Thai, you know, those guys are right on it. Okay, so what topics are we learning today in the past couple days? We're now in the shopping section. So lesson number 7 is shopping, discounts, promotions, and a lot of these words are loan words coming from English. So we have a lot of garan, we have a lot of words like campaign, parade, coupon, you know. So we definitely have a lot of vocabulary, but much of that vocabulary, probably a good 1/4 of those words, are coming from English and sound kind of the same. Surprise, bill, deal. Those all come from English. Spelling is a little wonky sometimes, but yeah, that's what we're dealing with. And in the next chapter, our final chapter, chapter 8, we've got economics, importation. I took a look. I took a look at the vocabulary: copper, tin, lead, iron. You know, what do you export? What do you import? Shipping, transportation, logistics. This chapter brings Chula full circle for me in my life, because my original experience with Chula, with this program, was 14 years ago. So 14 years ago, I was a reporter covering the Red Shirt riots. And me and a buddy had gone into the Red Shirt camp at Lumpini Park, just like down the street, a couple blocks away. And my friend is from New Zealand. And he was currently, at that time, he was currently taking Chula Intensive Thai. It might have been this level, it might have been level 5 or 6, kind of in the second half of this. And we were walking through, and at that time, my Thai was like very rudimentary. But he started chatting up the people inside of the camp, the protesters, and he started talking to them in Thai about, I understand why you guys are upset. I understand that the economy is going very bad for you. This is what he told me later. He was like, I was talking to them about the economy. I was talking to them about the price of eggs, the price of rice, and, you know, the cost of living is going up, but are you getting any more money for selling your rice? No. Importation, exportation, exporting, And so he was talking with them about cost of living and how the government is doing things. And what happened was he was talking for a good, I would say 10 minutes without stopping. Like, it was smooth, the delivery was good. And he was, this is a tall white guy from New Zealand. And he started getting a crowd because, it's a tall white guy speaking Thai, and it's resonating, the topics are resonating with these folks. And he's just getting a really big crowd. I was like, oh my God, he's getting a really big crowd. And so that is my first experience with someone who had taken Chula Intensive Thai, who was currently at Chula Intensive Thai. I think what was happening was he probably was just finished that chapter. He probably just did a presentation on economics, and that just like, boom, we're in the zone right now. So that thought of going to Chula had ping-ponged in my head, and finally I'm here. Amazing. Like, it just shows you 14 years later, I'm here from that one experience. We have these listening assignments, and they will play a news story or something on the TV, and usually they'll play it twice. Sometimes they're really mean, they'll just play it once, but this time they played it twice. And you have to answer a bunch of true-false questions. Now, easy listening assignments are pure memorization and retrieval. And what I mean by that is simple retrieval. Simple retrieval is the question is asking for a certain month, Singhakom, right? Singhakom, something, did it happen in August? True, false, right? And so now you're listening in the newscast for Singhakom, for that exact word. That's simple retrieval. They don't do simple retrieval here at Chula. That's not how they roll here. How do they roll here? They'll ask for the month, they'll ask for Singhakom, they'll spell it out. But in the newscast, they'll say the number, the 8th month, dun Tibet. Or they'll be looking for a certain day. But you're looking for Wanjan, Monday. They'll write out Wanjan in the question. But in the audio, they'll say Sunday. Today is Sunday, something happened prungni, something is happening tomorrow. And so that's not simple retrieval. That is, you have to stick it in your head, the concept, and then change it, like round trip it into English and back really quickly. Or hopefully at this point, you know your dates and your months so well that you don't need to translate into English and back. There's other situations here, there's many situations here where the question they're asking is not a simple retrieval. It requires you to think about the situation and go, oh, okay, Good example would be when they have the crime section and they're explaining this car accident, right? Two cars colliding, and they're asking for who's the suspect, who's at fault. But in the story, they never explicitly say who the suspect is. But you have to figure it out, because in one section it said the guy was playing on his mobile phone while driving. Okay, that's probably who the suspect is, right? But they're not using the word suspect. They're using just blah, 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 blah. Guy was playing on his mobile phone. Oh crap, okay, that's what it is. So that's what I like. That's what I like about Chula, is the questions are hard. It's not just simple retrieval. It requires you to use your brain power and truly understand what is going on. Okay, well, that's a review of the last 3 days. We're in the home stretch. We got 7 days left, 8 days left. This week is a semi-quiet week. Well, not really quiet, but it's not not as this week is doable. It's kind of catch up time for all the vocab currently and in the previous chapters that I need to review. Next week is freaking hell because next week is our presentations. Next week is our quiz. Next week is a review day, and next week is our final day, which is our final writing assignment and our final. Yeah, it's a bit scary, but yeah, as always, take care, stay safe. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section below, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.